If your photos are sharp sometimes, but not always, this will change that. You didn't miss focus, it's not your lens, and no, you don't need to use a tripod every time. The real issue is camera shake, and the fix? It's hidden in a setting most photographers don't even know exists. We've all been there. You're out shooting, maybe in golden hour, maybe indoors, and you get home excited to check your shots, only to find that half of them are soft or blurry. You swear you were holding still, focus was locked, but the photo still isn't sharp. Here's the thing, when shooting handheld, especially in lower light, your shutter speed might simply be too slow, and your camera isn't protecting you from that. I've taught many photographers who thought they had a focusing problem, but it was actually a settings issue. Once they understood how to control minimum shutter speed or tweak auto ISO, their photos instantly improved. And the best part, you can fix it in under 2 minutes. In fact, once I show you this, you'll never trust auto ISO again. By the way, if you're finding this helpful after the video, why not download my ebook? It's packed with information to help you with the essentials and totally free when you sign up for my monthly newsletter. The link is down there in the description for you. Let's say you're shooting in aperture priority mode. You've picked f4, ISO is on auto, and you're indoors. Your camera tries to expose properly, but it might pick a shutter speed like 1/20th of a second to keep the ISO low. And there's the problem. At 1/20th, your hands are definitely going to introduce blur, especially at longer focal lengths, because the longer the focal length, the more camera shake there'll be. Here's the simple rule. If you're hand holding your camera, don't go below 1/60th of a second. That's your safe baseline. But if you zoomed in, use this trick. Match your shutter speed to your focal length. It's as simple as that. So for example, at an 80mm focal length, aim for 1/80th of a second. At 100mm, go for 1/100th of a second or faster, and so on. It's easy to remember and a quick way to outsmart camera shake. No math degree needed. Let me show you on my camera. Bear in mind, yours is likely to be slightly different. So we go to the ISO settings menu, find ISO auto settings or something similar. Inside, there's an option called minimum shutter speed. This tells your camera, do not drop below this shutter speed, even if it means raising the ISO. Then set it to something safe like 1/125th of a second for general shooting, or 1/250th if you're using a longer lens. Some cameras have an auto version that adapts based on focal length, but even then I would recommend overriding it if you're still getting blurry shots. This is your secret fix. Your camera keeps ISO under control, but always prioritizes a speed that you can actually hand hold, because you set it that way. If you're shooting something critical or in low light, you can go one step further. Use manual mode with auto ISO off. Sounds a bit scary, eh? But it's really no big deal. And if you want help with shooting manual, I'll link a video for you down below. But basically, you set your shutter speed and aperture first, then adjust your ISO manually as needed to get a good exposure. Yes, ISO noise might increase, but trust me, a sharp photo with a little grain beats a blurry one every single time. And in any case, modern cameras are excellent at handling high ISO, so I wouldn't even give it a second thought. So if your photos are sometimes sharp, sometimes not, it's probably not your focusing, it's your shutter speed dipping too low. So 2 ways to solve this problem. Either set a minimum shutter speed in auto ISO, or you take full manual control. And this one tweak can solve 80% of your image blur issues. And here's a very quick bonus tip for you. If you're forced to shoot at a kind of borderline speed in order to get an acceptable exposure, try using your camera's burst mode. Taking 3 to 5 shots increases your chance of getting one tack shot frame. Let me know in the comments if you're going to give that a try. I'd love to hear from you. Oh, and here's a thought. You may not actually always want sharp photos, such as when you're going for something artistic like intentional camera movement. Anyway, that's for another video. So if you found this useful and you learned something today, give it a like. It really is appreciated. And if you want more practical tips like this, hit subscribe and grab your free ebook down below. I'm sure you'll find it useful, and if you want more help with your photography, why not watch this one next? And drop any questions you have in the comments. I read and respond to every single one. Thanks for watching, take care, I'll see you in the next one.